So what I thought I'd do for today's video is go through the last 10 Bradford City home shirts and rank them from best to worst. Now, if you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like on it. 70 likes would be massively appreciated. Don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. Let me know down in the comment section down below which you think's the best, which you think's the worst. Now, I have absolutely nabbed this idea off Rainer's Bantam, so I will leave a link to his channel down in the description down below. Go check his video out and show him some support because he's a fellow Bradford City content creator, very underrated in my opinion, so make sure you go check him out. But today we're going to be ranking them in 5 different tiers. We are going to be going over on tier list maker once again, so make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. So as you can see now, we are on at tier list maker. We have 5 different categories for today's video: stinker, poor, average, decent and class, and you can see them all on screen. They are in order of oldest to the most recent Bradford City kit, which was released just a couple of weeks ago. If we start out then with the 13-14 kit, it's very unique, it is very different, but I actually quite like this kit. I'm going to chuck that in decent. It is very not Bradford City. You can see there's definitely a theme between a lot of our kits, which is claret and amber stripes. This one was a little bit different. It was mainly amber with 1 claret stripe. I know it caused a little bit of a divide amongst the fan base, but I actually quite like this kit, so it goes into the decent category for me. In the 14-15 season, we had, quite a lot of stripes there. That's definitely the shirt with the most amount of stripes on it. This was the season where we beat Chelsea and Sunderland in the FA Cup. I quite like the kit, but it is very, I wouldn't say plain, but it's just kind of meh. It's just claret and amber stripes, nothing too much going on for it. The sponsor kind of, because it's a white sponsor on some quite light colours, like a white sponsor with amber stripes, it kind of gets stuck in there a little bit, whereas if you see from kits like these two here, they have like stopped the stripes so you can see the JCT 600, and I think that looks a lot better. But for this one, I think it's just an average Bradford City kit. In the 15-16 season, they switched it up massively. We had a claret background with amber and claret checked across the shirt, and it fades out going down. They've tried something different, and I really don't like that kit. I mean, I think we got to the playoff semi-finals that season. I think we lost out to Millwall in their semi-finals, but I really don't like that kit. And out of these 10, I think it is probably one of the worst, on their second worst for me, so it goes into that stinker category. In the 16-17 season, obviously this was the season where we got to the playoff final where we played against Millwall. We did unfortunately lose 1-0 thanks to that offside goal from Steve Morrison, but I do quite like the kit. Some would say it's a little bit plain, and it's obviously diagonal stripe, not just a straight down. I'm going to chuck it in the average category. They've tried something different. I just think there's better than this kit, so I'm going to chuck it in average because I only want to have 2 in each category, and if I have to be picky, I'm going to put the 16-17 kit in the average section. In 17-18, we released this kit, and I absolutely love this kit. Simplified it down. There's only a few stripes. They've obviously stopped the stripes so you can fit the sponsor in. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. It's my second favourite kit on this list, and for me personally, it deserves to go into that class category. I really like it, and if I could have gone back in time, I would have definitely have bought it. It didn't represent the on-field situation. Obviously, we were doing very well. We were in the playoffs under Stuart McCall. He wrongfully got sacked. Simon Grayson came in, and I think we finished mid-table or potentially even in the bottom half, but the kit as a whole is absolutely fantastic. It's my second favourite on this list. 18-19, I don't think much needs to be said about this. By far and away, the worst kit on the list. Is an absolute shocker. Eddie Wright tried something different, and it just looks awful. To have a full claret kit with black sleeves and a little bit of amber. I actually bought this kit. I mean, I had Tyrell Robinson on the back of my kit, so I had to take that back. Then I had Owen Doyle, and then pretty much every time you put it in the wash, all the lettering and stuff like that would fall out. I've only worn it like 10 times, and it's got absolutely no lettering left on it. It looks absolutely awful. It's a horrendous kit. We obviously got relegated as well, which doesn't boost the kit in any sort of way, but that is by far and away the worst kit on this list, and it's an absolute stinker in my opinion. If you are interested in going the extra mile to support the channel, then feel free to become a member and unlock members only videos, receive early access to videos, you can get a shout out in every video. Also, you'll be able to access exclusive member badges and emotes as well as other exclusive content. Prices start from as little as 99p. Thank you very much for your support. In the 19/20 season, obviously it was our first season in League 2 under Gary Boyer, and it's a pretty plain Bradford City kit, but I think it's better than the 2 that are currently in average. I think they've got the right amount of stripes in there. I think the less stripes looks the better in my opinion. I'm going to put it in the decent category. I think this is going to go down as kit number 4. Not quite better than the 13-14 kit, but for me personally, it's pretty simplistic, but there's enough stripes for it to be better than the 14-15 kit, I think that is, and it just looks a little bit different to the 16-17 kit. So I'm going to chuck it in at the decent category. Like I said, if you do disagree with my opinions, let me know yours down in the comment section down below. Moving on then to the 20/21 kit. This was obviously the season behind closed doors, and I'm not really a fan. I know it's pretty similar to some of the kits where I've put them a little bit higher, but with the sponsor not having a block out like what they've got for this kit here, I actually think it's a pretty poor kit, to be honest with you. I don't think it's as good as these two. I know it's pretty similar to the 1920 kit, but I just think there's not enough stripes going on there. I don't think they've got the balance right. I think the stripes are just too chunky, in my opinion. So I'm going to chuck that kit into the poor category. The penultimate kit then was obviously last season's home kit. We tried something different, but a white home kit just isn't Bradford City whatsoever. I really didn't like this kit. And overall, for me personally, I think it's a poor one. I still think it's probably not as good as the 20/21 kit. I know they've tried something different. I think the last time we got promoted from League 2 in like the 80s, we had a white home kit, and they've obviously tried something different. It didn't really work. Obviously, last season we won like 4 or 5 games at home throughout the whole season. We had an absolutely torrid time at home last season, especially under Derek Adams. But it's a kit that didn't represent anything good on the pitch. You know, we finished lower half again in that home kit. And in terms of the actual design, I mean, like I said, they've tried something different, but a white Bradford City home kit just doesn't suit. If this was an away kit or potentially a third kit, I probably would be indecent, because I think the design of it is quite good. But having a white home kit is just not something I'm a fan of at all, to be honest with you. And the final kit then on this list is the 2022-23 home shirt. I bought this shirt. I think the only other shirt on this list that I bought was this one here. And I don't actually think I bought it. I think my granddad bought it for me. But the new home shirt is absolutely fantastic. I think Macron have absolutely smashed it out of the park. Maybe I could be putting a little bit of recency bias in there, but I absolutely love this kit. Modelled beautifully by Harry Chapman. I think they've got the right amount of balance in between all the stripes. I think the sponsor fits in well. Having an actual proper collar as well puts it up in my estimations. Having the black trimmings as well. I just think overall it is an absolutely fantastic kit. And there you have it then. That is my ranking of every single one of the last 10 Bradford City home shirts. In the stinker category, we have the 15-16 shirt and the 18-19 shirt. In the poor category, we have the 20/21 and the 21/22 home shirts. In the average category, we have 14-15 and 16-17. In the decent category, we have 13-14 and 19-20. Then in the class category, we have 22/23 and 17-18. So there you have it. That is my rankings, and that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, make sure you drop a like on it. 70 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, would be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Which kit do you think is the best? Which kit do you think is the worst out of the last 10? Like I said, shout out to Rainer's Bantams for the video idea. Go check his video out, because he did a very similar video idea, and that is exactly where I've nabbed it from. So please make sure you go check that out and show him some support. Thank you very much for watching. Shout out to our current tier 2 channel member Dylan Broadhead, and our current tier 3 channel member B Davies 211. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all tomorrow for the Chesterfield away match day vlog. Peace.